What do you need from the president after the last 48 hours?
Well, good morning, Tom. I think number one is we need USMCA approved, so that would help my farmers a lot, give us some certainty, and we need to probably move on to Japan. It looks like China doesn't want to negotiate with us. We're kind of stuck out here in the middle of this river, and if China doesn't want to deal with this, then let's move on.
It may be wheat, it may be soybeans, who knows what the product is, but it's urgent to move on from where we are. Do you see anyone advising the president in the White House towards the free trade, the less tariff trade that Kansas needs?
I don't hear that voice right now. I hear the president actually doubling down on where he's at. And the interesting thing is my farmers are still supporting. It's dire times back home. Bankruptcies are up, suicides are up. But nevertheless, we have hope in this president that he can take us to victory here.
All right, Congressman, when does that change? You're saying your farmers still have faith in Donald Trump. If there's more tariffs, if the war with China escalates, will they still be behind the president?
Yeah, I've never heard one farmer badmouth the president. They are in all the way with him. But we need some relief. We need some help. We need other trade markets opened up. I don't see my farmers flinching. They're the truest patriots I've ever seen. I talked to somebody yesterday who's going to lose $200,000 this year. It's tough times.
But, Congressman, are they badmouthing the tariffs?
Well, they're bad-mouthing the price of wheat and the price of corn. You know, again, I think that as those go down, they're impacted. But we all know how bad China's treated us in the past. We know it's tough times. We're glad the president has taken on China, but we need some relief from USMCA. We'd like those tariffs to come off of Mexico and Canada sooner than later as well.
Dr. Marshall, you're out of Kansas State. You had a horrific primary process where that Kansas went from arch-idiot conservative back over to the normalcy and more measured path of Dr. Marshall. Okay, that's the Kansas. How do they get to a Democrat in Kansas? I mean, I know there's only 10 Democrats in the 1st Congressional District, but how can your farmers support a president from Fifth Avenue in New York City? How does that happen? Is it because there are no Democrats out there?
No, you know, he is really connected with their heart and soul. It's just amazing. I've not seen anything like this from day one. Even my own wife, the first time she heard President Trump debate, she connected with him.
Dr. Marshall, I do not mean to interrupt, but you just stated that the suicides are up and the bankruptcies are up. How is this gentleman from Fifth Avenue in New York City connected to somebody in El Dorado, Kansas?
You know, I don't know if it's an emotional or spiritual level. I can't know if I can explain it very well, but I can tell you they support his policies and they understand that, you know, the best thing I can tell you is I feel like we're in the middle of a very fast river in a boat. Donald Trump is driving that boat. We're not turning back. We have faith in him. We have hope in President Trump that he can deliver for us.
Tell us about then the meatpacking district, the immigrants coming in to support the 1st Congressional District. You've had a massive depeopling of the district. We know all about that in Kansas as well. Is it going to be a new 1st Congressional District that can nudge from 70% Republican over a little bit more to Democrat and a different discourse?
No, I think that Kansas will be solid Republican. We do have about 50,000 open jobs in Kansas right now. A lot of those are agriculture related. The number one challenges in Kansas now, of course, the price of wheat, the cost of health care, and a lack of laborers for the jobs that we have. But I don't see Kansas changing much. We won our most recent election, I believe, about 70 to 30. Yes, you're pretty much spot on.
Congressman, can I go just back to the relationship that the farmers have with the president? Do they actually believe that his tactics are right? Or do they believe that the president will get there in the end, that this is just a negotiating tactic, and at the end of the day, the farmers, will have a better deal with China?
Yeah, I think, first of all, today's farmers are maybe not the same farmers my grandfathers were. These are well-educated people. They follow world politics. They follow the news. They follow the markets. They're hedging their bets. So they have faith in the end product here. I think that 3 years ago, we wouldn't have started down this path. But again, I think we're out in the middle of this very fast river, and we have faith. We have hope in the president. You know, farming is gambling in many senses, and sometimes it's darkest before the sun comes up. So I think that the sun's about to come up here.
Yeah, but Congressman, what happens if the very fast river then transforms into a waterfall?
Well, we'll have to paddle faster, I guess. You know, we're all making do.
Right.
We're just going to keep doing what we do. We had this pioneer spirit. We'll hang in there no matter what.
I've got a chart, Congressman, and I say this with great respect to the farmers of yore and the farmers of present in Kansas, of inflation-adjusted soybeans. I happen to use soybeans as the China market. We're about ready to break down to historic weakness in soybean prices adjusted for inflation. When do you and the farm constituency in Congress march down to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and start lecturing your president?
Well, I think we should start lecturing Congress. Taking USMCA off the table or voting in favor of it would give us more relief than the Chinese deal will. We export 4 times more to Canada and Mexico than we do China.
Well said.
So there are things we can do besides China.